All right, it is time to rank all 24 Pixar movies, and I got my lovely wife here to do it with me. So over the course of the last few months, we were watching all the Pixar movies again, and then we kind of fell off and stopped. We have both managed to watch all of them, whether it was together or whether it was individually, but we're gonna go through this really bizarre ordering of a tier ranking that somebody had created, which is very odd because it's not even in release order or alphabetical. It's just, and they're not even all English posters, but doesn't matter. We're gonna rank all 24 movies. If you like this content, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Also, leave us your ranking down below. Where would you place these in a tier ranking or just, I guess, 1 to 24? Anyway, we're gonna get started with this ranking. The first tier that we have, we're gonna go through all the tiers first. We have Incredible, which is the top tier. We wanted to make all these tiers named after like Pixar movies or have some relevance to Pixar. Then we have To Infinity and Beyond. So these are basically like great movies that are so close to being like awesome movies. Then we have Joy, which is like, it's a good movie. It gives us joy. Like it's more joy than misery. And then we have 2319 because we thought it was funny. These are basically like decent Pixar movies. And then we have Bad Dinosaur instead of Good Dinosaur. I'm gonna guess you could probably guess what movie's probably going to end up on there just for the title alone. But these are movies that are just bad Pixar movies, just bad animated movies. The first movie we have is Toy Story. Me personally, I would put Toy Story in Incredible because it is the movie that started everything off and it catapulted everything. Now granted, is the animation old? Yeah, it's very outdated, but the nice thing is that this is the first ever animated movie that was fully made through the use of technology with computers. So I would put this in Incredible. I don't know, where would you put it, Mikhail?
I'd put it in Joy.
Really?
That's me being kind.
Okay.
I personally don't really care for the movie. It's mainly the story. I don't care for the story.
Interesting. She's gonna have some hot takes, and you better be nice to her in the comments section. You can be mean to me, I don't care. All right, Toy Story, we'll put it in To Infinity and Beyond then, since that's kind of like in the middle, because I said Incredible, you said Joy. So the next movie we have is Up. Up is a movie that I saw for the first time just like a few years ago, and the first 10 minutes make you bawl your eyes out, and even like the last little bit is pretty emotional. To be honest, I can't see myself putting it in Incredible tier just because of the fact that even though I love the first 10 minutes and like the last 10 minutes, the stuff in between is fun, but it's not like my favorite per se, but it's still like up there for me. I'd put it in To Infinity and Beyond.
I would agree.
Okay, we're in agreement on that. We'll put it, I guess, no, we're gonna put Toy Story in front of it because I said Incredible for Toy Story. All right, if it wasn't for Toy Story, Up wouldn't exist. The next movie, again, random order, Toy Story 3. This is easily Incredible for me. For me, it's Coco and this movie that are always kind of either one or the other is my favorite Pixar movie. This is by far my favorite Toy Story movie. I cry every time like a baby, and it's not because they're gonna be all burnt together and holding hands. It's actually when Andy plays with them for the last time, because like that's what they wanted. So I'd put this in Incredible, easily in Incredible.
To Infinity and Beyond for me.
So Incredible, all right. I cannot not put Toy Story 3 in Incredible. Are you kidding me? It's so good. It's so good. And it should have won Best Picture in my opinion. The next movie I think is Cars 2. It's not an English poster. I don't know who made this, but yeah, Cars 2 is horrible. I hate Mater so much. I don't care about the story. I don't understand why there's 3 Cars movies and there's only 2 Monsters Inc. movies. It really makes no sense to me what Pixar is doing. I actually hate this movie. I put it in Bad Dinosaur. I think it's the worst Pixar movie.
2319.
Really? Why?
I thought it was entertaining.
You would. All right, I'm gonna put it in Bad Dinosaur just because I feel like it leans probably more towards Bad Dinosaur than 2319.
For me, it's up on the higher end.
Fine, we'll put it in 2319. I hate putting in 2319, but we'll put it in there because I did get my way with Toy Story 3. So I'll give you Cars 2, okay? I'll give you Cars 2. All right, the next one is Brave. This is also not a good movie. You know what? I think I would put it in 2319. I don't know if I could say I'd put it in Bad Dinosaur because like this one at least is kind of rewatchable as opposed to Cars 2. I'll never watch that again. But like Brave is so generic and it doesn't feel like a Pixar movie to me. But hey, it's got butts in it, which is weird. And the animation's great, but I could care less about the story.
I would agree in 2319, but not because of the butts.
All right, well, we're going to put it ahead of Cars 2 since
I agree.
We both agree. Next one, we got Monsters University. I actually am not as high on this movie as everybody else. I don't mind it. I think it's kind of fun. I would put this in Joy because I do think it's a good movie, but I don't think it's like a great movie.
I would put it in Incredible. It's definitely up in my top 5.
That is crazy to me. All right, To Infinity and Beyond. We're gonna
And
put
that's
it there.
before Toy Story.
No. What do you mean?
Before Up.
All right, fine. We'll put it before Up. Well, actually, wait. No, because we said this was To Infinity and Beyond. Both of us said that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this would have to be below it. Even though, granted, you did say Toy Story. Fine. How about that? Is that better?
Yes.
We'll move Toy Story and put Up in front of it, which I don't understand why, but okay. She really does not like Toy Story that much. The next movie is Inside Out. I think this movie's cute. I like it. I know like when I first heard about it, I didn't really think I was going to care about it that much. And I didn't when I first watched it. Like I thought it was good and I didn't really understand all the hubbub about it. But like it's not a bad movie. I like it actually. I'd probably put it in Joy, to be honest.
I'm between to Infinity and Beyond and Joy, but we can put it in Joy.
Why are you between those two?
Because I like Joy. I like it more than I like Up.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like Up being above and the ranking higher.
All right, we'll put it in Joy. Now, granted, these are hot takes. These are just our opinions. Again, so let us know your opinions down below. There is no best list. There is no like this is the best ranking in Pixar. Like this is all subjective. And I do like Inside Out. Like I like all of these movies except for Cars 2 so far that we've talked about, and Brave I don't really care about, but I like all the other ones. I think that they're all really great movies, but to me Pixar has just made so many good movies that it's kind of sometimes hard to choose like what's better than the other movies. But like Inside Out, I like it. I like Bo Burnham's Inside even more.
White woman, a white woman's Instagram.
All right, the next movie is Good Dinosaur. This is easy. Bad Dinosaur. This movie sucks. I hate this movie. Here's the problem with it. And I've talked about this in my 24-hour movie marathon when I watched it. And I think Michaela also said this. And I talked to Nate about it. Nate said the same thing. I'm my good friend Nathan Hale Movies. The funny thing is like the animation in the background looks incredible. But then they were trying to do like a second style of animation for the characters. And it looks horrible. It looks like something that I could put together in like, give me a couple months, I could make something just like it. I mean, it just looks bad. The dinosaurs look terrible, and then not only that, the story is so bland and really boring.
There really is no point to the story, meaning it was kind of a waste of a story.
Yeah, I mean, it's wasted potential. I mean, they could have made something so much better with it, but I feel like it was just so like run-of-the-mill, generic, that it just doesn't really hold up.
It makes me think of something you would, if you have like little kids, it's a very child-friendly movie. It's not something I would recommend you go watch if you're an adult or any age above 9.
Yeah, realistically. The next movie is Finding Dory. This one's kind of hard for me because I'm like in between Joy and 2319. I actually think this is a bad sequel. I don't think this is the way to go compared to what Finding Nemo is. I don't know. Like, I don't hate it. I don't think it's terrible. I definitely put it before Brave and Cars 2 easily, but I don't think it's good. I don't really personally think it's that great.
Bad Dinosaur for me, hard. That one's a hard one. That is definitely at the bottom, like the bottom 3 for me.
All right, let's put it in 2319 and then just put it like before. I think it's, would you say it's better than Brave?
Oh, absolutely not.
Do you think Brave's better?
Brave and Cars 2.
You would put it behind Cars 2?
Oh, absolutely. But I also put in Bad Dinosaur.
Oh, that's true.
So I think it's worse than both of those movies.
All right, well, we'll put it there. Fine. Fine. I'll give it to you, okay. The next movie is Cars 3. I actually watched this for the first time last night. Look, I actually think it's the best Cars movie. I think it's easily the best Cars movie. I don't like any of them. Like, I don't even like the movie, but it's better than Cars 2 and the first Cars. Because at least there's like an emotional tie-in a little bit at the end where like Lightning is, you know, he's come and gone. Like, he now has to move on and do something else. And say what you want about the fact that they bring in like these other characters like Jackson Storm by the disgraced actor that is Armie Hammer. Very weird. But the thing is at the end of the day, like, I think Cars 3 is the best only because of the sentiment of getting to know these characters over time. Also, there's a lot less Mater, and to me, that's a better thing because I hate Mater so much. Larry the Cable Guy has never been funny to me. I'm sorry. I'm so happy we're done with Hollywood trying to cram him down our throats. He's just not funny. So I would put Cars 3 in 2319. I'd put it above Brave easily.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you should be, because I gave you Finding Dory. All right, next we have Coco. This is incredible. This movie is so good. What do you
I
say?
agree, and I think
Yes!
it is before Toy Story 3.
I'll agree for now, because right now I'm like, Coco's my favorite right now. Hold on, there we go. Coco is my favorite Pixar movie, but like I said, like, that's today. Tomorrow I could wake up and say Toy Story 3 is my favorite. It's really hard because I go hand in hand with both of these, but this movie makes me cry every single time, doesn't it, Michaela?
Every single time.
Every time.
Even if we're not watching the movie, he's just listening to the music, he's bawling.
It's so good. I love the story. I love the fact that it's, you know, just a story that takes place in Mexico. And I'm, you know, Latino, so like being able to see like that family aspect is something that's really cool. I love the whole sequence of him and Mama Coco, you know, singing Remember Me, like, it breaks my heart every time. I love that Mama Coco. She's amazing. It's so good. It's funny. I remember when the trailers came out for it, I didn't even know what it was. And I remember Michaela and I, like, we had no idea what this movie was going to be. And I thought, like, oh, it's going to be a run-of-the-mill Pixar movie. It's going to be good, not great. And here I am in the theater. There was a couple behind us. I don't know if you remember this. There was a couple behind us, and the girlfriend or the wife was just bawling. And then there's me bawling. But I didn't care. I love the movie so much. It's so good, and
Visually, it's stunning.
it's stunning. It's like the most beautiful Pixar movie in my opinion. I mean, it looks so good. It's an animator's dream. I love it. All right, next one is A Bug's Life. This one's actually good. I think this movie gets like so thrown down, so underrated for Pixar. I think it's a lot better than people give it credit for. I'd put it in Joy though, because I can't see myself putting it above like Toy Story and Up and Monsters University. Even though Monsters University to me is Joy, but I would put it above Inside Out if I'm being honest.
I agree with it being enjoyed, but
We could put Inside Out ahead of it.
either or,
I'm fine with that.
kind of find them like the same.
All right, I'm fine with putting it there. The next movie is Incredibles 2. And I know exactly where Michaela would put this movie. I would put it in To Infinity and Beyond. I love this movie. I think it's really good. I know a lot of people didn't really like it, which is weird to me because I think it's a really good sequel. I think the villain is weaker, even though Michaela disagrees, but I would put it in To Infinity and Beyond.
Incredible.
I know. We'll put it in Incredible. Since you put my two favorite, I'll put your favorite in here, but we're throwing it behind Toy Story 3. Fine. We'll put it fine. I don't know why you don't like Toy Story 3 as much, but I'll put it behind Coco because we both agree.
I don't really care for the whole Toy Story franchise. I've never have.
Interesting. I mean, hey, subjectivity. Be nice to her in the comments. All right, Toy Story 4 is the next one. I've only seen this once, and I saw it in theaters. We do own it on Blu-ray, but I just haven't gone back to watching it. I liked it. I actually am kind of happy that they did a fourth Toy Story movie. I know a lot of people love the trilogy. I do too, and I like the fact that it pays respect and homage to the first three movies, but it feels like it's almost like a side thing, like a side story, like a send-off for Woody. Now, did he need that? No, but then again, no movie is ever necessary. So like, we don't need to send off for any character when there's sequels, but I like Toy Story 4. I'd actually put it into Infinity and Beyond.
Bad Dinosaur.
I knew you were going to say that.
My reason is, even though I don't care for the overall franchise, I still felt the way they ended the third one really wrapped it up. And now I felt like Toy Story 4, they were trying to milk it for all it's worth. And you could definitely tell it was not to the same quality as the other ones.
Here's the thing, you're going to get a lot of support from people in my community. Nate is definitely going to support you because Nate feels the exact same way. And
Yes,
I agree, like, they did milk it, but at the same time, like, come on. Of course you're going to milk it. It's like the biggest franchise for Pixar.
You can stick it in 2319. I will be happy with that after Finding Dory.
No, it's got to go. I put it in we got to put it at least in front of Cars 3.
All right.
I don't even want to put it in 2319. That makes me feel terrible, but that's just how it works. Doing this with your wife. The next movie is Onward. I actually wasn't as big of a fan of this one as everyone else. I liked it. I thought it was cute. I thought it was fun, like the fantasy element of it. I'd put it in joy. It's a good movie. I know a lot of people really like this one, and granted, I too have a lot of love, and like it is very personal to me in terms of the fact that I don't have like a good relationship with my dad, so like I get it. But I felt like this movie just kind of missed the mark a bit for me personally from what I expected.
I agree. I would definitely put it in joy. I did like the fantasy side of it, but I also just love fantasy. But I would personally put it before Inside Out.
Me too. You can put it there. All right, the next one is Toy Story 2. This is your favorite Toy Story movie.
Yeah.
I really like this one a lot. I'd put it into Infinity and Beyond.
I can live with that. I'm between Infinity Beyond and Joy.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you really liked this movie.
Out of the franchise, yes.
Now, one thing about Michaela is Michaela doesn't really care about movies as much as me. So, like, you'll see, like, a lot of her takes are going to be like, I'd put it in this or this, just because for her, like, a movie really has to be like, I want to watch. Like, Ready Player One is probably her favorite movie ever, because anytime I go, Michaela, let's watch a movie, she always picks Ready Player One.
I love the fantasy aspect, and that's one reason I love Incredible 2. It's probably because it's similar to Ready Player One with the villain. I really like how the villain, they just use technology where I think it's a little more relatable in this world, especially like as well as Ready Player One, because I totally see it happening. And that's what I think is cool about it, because it's also fantasy.
All right, so Toy Story 2, I want to put it next to Toy Story.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. The next one's Monsters, Inc. I'd put this in Incredible. This is one of my favorite movies. It's always been one of my favorite movies. It used to be my favorite Pixar movie, but then we got Toy Story 3 and we got Coco. But Monsters, Inc. for me is just one of those movies that I put in every time, and I always get joy out of it. And I think it's just such a sweet movie. And I love Boo. The character of Boo, to me, is like one of my favorite Pixar characters ever. So I'd put this in Incredible.
I would agree. I really do like the Monsters, Inc. I think it's a lot of fun, and it's a movie. It's one of the films that I would watch over and over again.
All right, so let's put it, since we both agreed, let's put it
Before.
probably after Coco.
Sure.
Because we didn't agree on these two.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So the next one is going to be Finding Nemo. And this one's kind of weird for me because I've always had a weird relationship with Finding Nemo. Not because it's not a good movie. I think it's a great movie. My sister Faith, if you're watching this, Faith, it's because of you. She was obsessed with this movie and I hated it. Every day she would watch this 5 or 6 times a day and it drove me crazy. And I just got to the point where I was like, I'm fed up with this movie, and I couldn't watch it for a long time. It took me years to watch this movie, actually, and I watched it with Michaela. And you know what? It's a great movie. I'd put it into Infinity and Beyond. Like, I don't think it's the best Pixar movie, but I think it's a very great movie. Like, it's really great. And I know Jackson's probably hurting him inside because I know this is his favorite Pixar movie. But dude, I'd put it below just because of the fact my sister ruined this movie for so long for me.
Sorry, Jackson, I'd put it in Joy. Yeah, it's a good movie, but I've never really, as Nick said, that connection. It's not a movie that, if there is the choice out of a lot of these, I would much more likely even pick Toy Story over watching Finding Nemo again. It's just not a movie I can see myself picking.
I don't know where we could put this. We could put it in Joy. We could put it into Infinity and Beyond.
Joy.
All right, we'll put it above Onward then.
Because then it's like 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4.
Okay.
You can hold that.
The next, no, I'm totally keeping that in because I think it's funny. All right, the next one is Incredibles. Incredible tier. I mean, this movie for the longest time was, I mean, it is still the best Fantastic Four movie that we've ever gotten until Marvel comes out with their Fantastic Four movie, which I do have full faith that that will be really good. But it's literally a movie that's a superhero movie about a family that comes together and uses their superpowers, and they're just absolutely incredible. So I would put this in Incredible because it deserves to be in that tier because the tier is called Incredible.
You're so dorky.
I know.
But yes, I agree.
Okay, cool. And we'll put it,
Yes.
I would put this, let's put it above Monsters Inc. because I think both of us would say that, like, if we had to choose any Pixar movie, I would well, actually, we could put it in front of Coco too.
I would pick Coco over The Incredibles.
Okay.
On a normal
All
day.
right, cool. I'm happy with that, because me too. All right, the next movie is Cars. I don't care about it. I don't think it's terrible. You know what? I'm just going to put in Bad Dinosaur. Screw it. I hate Cars. This is the movie that started off this franchise that I don't like, I don't want. And honestly, my cousins were obsessed with this movie as well. So I'd put it in Bad Dinosaur, because it's one that I just don't really care to watch again, if I'm being honest.
For me, I would put it in Joy. I definitely enjoyed the movie more than some of the others. At least in the car franchise. I liked it more than both Cars 2 and Cars 3. And that's why I would put it above Joy. Enjoy.
All right, well, let's put it in front of A Bug's Life, or behind A Bug's Life.
That's fine.
That's fine. Or, no, wait. Let's put in 2319, because that's in the middle. No, but that's in the middle, because I said Bad Dinosaur, you said.
I go CD.
Oh, Michaela, deal with it. This one is Ratatouille. Ratatouille, I thought would be a movie that I hated, but I actually love it. I think it's really good. I would put this into Infinity and Beyond.
I would put it in 2319.
I knew you were going to say that.
My favorite part of the whole movie is the very beginning with all the rats and they fall from the ceiling. After that, that's really the only time I laughed or really showed any emotion in the movie. It's a cute movie, but it's not really exciting.
All right, so where do we want to put it?
We can put Enjoy.
I know, but where? Enjoy.
I don't care.
We can put it behind Inside Out.
Okay.
I think that's like a good spot, I guess. I would put it higher, but you know, we're doing this together. The next movie's WALL-E. I love WALL-E. I know a lot of people don't. I get it, but I also know a lot of people do. I'd put this into Infinity and Beyond. I think Ratatouille, is higher for me on my ranking than WALL-E. I think. I'm not 100% sure. Check out my letterbox down below. You can click on that link, send you to my letterbox, and then you can look at my Pixar ranking. But with all 24 movies. But WALL-E to me is just really a great film. I think it's cute. I think the first half is far better than the second half, but that's because they bring in all the fat humans, and then it's just like I kind of don't care as much about that half of the movie, but it's still a great movie.
I would actually stick it in Bad Dinosaur.
I know you don't like it.
It's just really boring. It's probably the one Pixar movie where I see myself falling asleep in. And I can't fall asleep in movies.
I'm okay knocking it down to the Joy tier, so that means we go to 2319. I'm okay with that. Do I like it? No. But I'm okay putting it in Joy so that way we can at least get it down to 2319. And definitely ahead of Cars, because come on. Fine.
Whatever. Just do
No.
Fine, we can put it in Joy, but it's after Bugs Life.
No. We can put it in 2319. I'm saying I'll knock mine down from to Joy so that it goes to 2319. That's what I'm saying. Then it's in the middle. All right, the next one's Soul. To me, is incredible, and I know to Michaela it's not. So this is going to be very interesting.
Where do you think I am?
2319.
I'm between 2319 and Bad Dinosaur.
What? Nate, I am so sorry. Nate's gonna hate you now. He's gonna hate you now. You were on good terms, and now you're not anymore. This is his favorite Pixar movie. I love this movie. I get it, Nate. I understand why you love it. So if you're in Bad Dinosaur and I'm Incredible, it has to go to Joy then.
Yes.
Because then that's
fine.
the middle. All right. I'll even put it behind Bug's Life.
I agree.
It's not though, Nate. It's not. Don't worry. I love it, Nate. I love it.
I think it's because I also put Finding Dory in Bad. like Dinosaur. I think it's better than Finding Dory, but that's better than WALL-E. Actually, it's probably about equal to where I would put WALL-E.
Interesting. Okay, anyway, then the last movie is, of course, Pixar movie number 24, Luca, which just came out on Disney+. And I didn't give my review on it, so I'll give you my quick thoughts on this movie and why I'm placing it in the tier that I am. I think it's a good movie. I don't think it's great. I think it's cute, but I'm also not going to get into that mindset of, oh, it's a Pixar movie, so I'm going to give it a couple points higher. No. This is a bad Pixar movie. I think the relationship between the two characters is great. Everything else in this movie kind of falls flat on its face a little bit. I think it's an interesting premise, but it reminds me too much of The Little Mermaid. When we were watching it, I was like, Little Mermaid? And Michaela agreed. And then it also reminds me of Finding Nemo in a lot of different ways, with the parents trying to look for Luca and so many other ways that this movie just incorporates so many different elements of Disney movies. And to me, it's not as strong as some of the other movies. I would actually put this in 2319 if I'm being completely honest. I think it's one of the bottom tier Pixar movies for me. And I wanted to love this movie, but unfortunately I don't love it.
I would have to agree. The problem I had with it was it felt like it wasn't original. They definitely just milked it from a bunch of different movies and mixed it up and said la la. And it's like a shake, but they forgot to put the sugar in it.
Okay, I get that. All right, let's put in 2319.
It's higher than Finding Dory.
It's higher than Cars 2, higher than Brave.
Higher than WALL-E.
I disagree. No. Since we both agreed, because you put WALL-E and Bad Dinosaur.
I think it's better than Toy Story 4.
That's like...
Toy Story 4 is probably my least favorite. I like Good Dinosaur more than Toy
We'll
Story
put
4.
it above Cars, which means it's before WALL-E and Toy Story 4. Two movies that I actually really like. I am sorry. Okay? I am sorry. Luca's not as good as those movies. To me, I think out of the 24, it's not like, I think it's bottom 5. Probably. Maybe a little bit out of bottom 5, but it's just not a great movie. And it's one that I'll probably not really want to rewatch anytime soon, unless there's another Pixar ranking or something that I want to do. It's not very memorable. But anyway, this was a lot of fun. Thank you, Michaela, for joining me in this video. Yeah, what did you guys think about our tier ranking? I know it's very heated, and I know it's going to be very different than yours. Believe me, I know. But it was a lot of fun being able to do this. And obviously, as you can see, the 5 that we kind of agreed upon, mostly, at least 4 of the 5, are Coco, Incredibles, Monsters, Inc., Incredibles 2, and Toy Story 3. Technically, it's really the 3. The top 3 are the ones that we agreed upon. But those are the Incredible movies, and then everything else you can see is the rest of it.
Hopefully your OCD isn't bothering you as much as it's bothering me.
Yeah.
It's driving me crazy.
And obviously the worst of the worst is Good Dinosaur.
If we could, I would not mind moving Toy Story 3 down a rank, so then it's like a
No.
stairs.
No, it's gotta be an incredible tier, dang it. Anyway, guys, again, if you like this type of video, hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. I can't promise you another video with Michaela anytime soon. Maybe someday in the future, we'll do another ranking video like this on something else, maybe like Disney animated movies or something.
That's a lot of movies.
That's a lot. We could do like new Disney animated movies, like pick a time frame, like 2000s era Disney animated movies, and then it's probably a lot easier.
Maybe we'll rank like most annoying songs, such as Raining Tacos, which he will be playing right now.
Some random quote from Lord of the Rings incorrectly attributed to Martin Luther King.
No. Anyway, if you also are new, consider hitting that subscribe button, joining this community. I'd really appreciate it. Also, thank you guys so much for your support on my latest video where I talk about my passion and my dream about becoming a filmmaker, and I'm looking forward to that adventure, and I can't wait to share more of that with you guys in the near future. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.